All right, Eric, get your Walkman ready because today we're talking all about our bygone music. So, baby, hit me one more time because I want it that way. And if you don't like it, then you can go bye, bye, bye.
There's some songs I haven't heard for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And the second it comes on, whether it's on the radio or if I cue it up on my iPhone or something, there's just this like reserve of childhood memories that are like, here's the lyrics that you read out of the back of a CD booklet, back in the day.
I am the total opposite of you. I can listen, and people who know me will totally agree. I can listen to a song 1,000 times, and then they'll say, okay, repeat it back. I'm like Joey trying to learn French when Phoebe teaches him French. Like, I just don't know the words.
Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle.
Me poupou.
There were so many birthdays and Christmases that we were just opening cassette after cassette and just were super. You would see us get excited about the cassette that we opened, more than a toy at a certain point in our childhood.
Getting CDs for Christmas or for a birthday, and it was next level. And then you'd bring them maybe to school the next day and be like, I got this CD. What'd you get? Can you help me open it because of this darn plastic on the corners? The worst ever.
Yeah. Do you specifically only remember CDs as your platform for music?
Yeah. So when you talked about cassettes and where I'm at, I'd never had. My grandfather had cassette tapes. Never.
There it is, folks. Sorry. There's the first old man burn. He has compared his co-host to his grandfather.
I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
And I think the first one I had was considered jog-proof, which I feel like for anybody who was like a grown adult at that point in the early 90s, I don't know how you're jogging with such a large CD player.
Right.
But I know you could maybe shake it once and it wouldn't skip. But on that second shake, unless somebody's out there like perfectly tiptoeing while they jog, that was not a jog-proof CD player.
Yeah, I have memories of me not jogging, but walking with my knockoff Walkman, thinking I was so cool, but it was so big, it didn't fit in my pocket.
No.
So I was carrying it. And then, you had the wire from your cheap headphones hanging down as well, but you had your tunes and it blocked out the rest of the world. And you just felt like maybe some of the characters who also had Walkmans in the shows that you watched.
Because I want to fit in.
If you could have like a list of super cool musicians, what would your kind of list be that your go-tos?
I feel like when I was younger, one of the first musicians that was epic to me, was just so cool, was Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks, when I grew up on country, he was the pinnacle of country. So Garth Brooks was so cool to me because I'm just like, he had his cowboy hats and really cool button-up shirts. Like, I feel like he got these like custom button-up shirts that were like, had a lightning bolt on it or had flames on it or something. It's just, he was my kid brain was super cool. Do you have one from that age?
I will say that hands down, and I talked about this before, the album and the band, to me, Backstreet Boys is number one, always. And the album Millennium, there was not a song that I would skip. I think in the CD era, you'd buy them and you'd maybe listen to 2 songs.
Yeah.
And you'd listen to those on repeat, but like you didn't listen to the whole album. I never skipped a song on the Millennium album. I loved the all white cover. That was one where I would pull out and unfold the pages and look at it. At any age or in time, I think the Backstreet Boys were my go-to, and then probably NSYNC, and then probably Britney.
It's Britney, bitch.
My question for you was there music that you thought you would never, ever get into growing up, and then you finally did?
I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe in high school there was a pivot to punk rock.
Okay.
And I feel like that was such a turn from country.
Oh,
that,
for sure.
listening to a George Strait or a Garth Brooks song and then going to Blink 182 or Green Day is wildly different.
Radically different,
Because you're going from these guys, especially like George Strait, of just like this classic country rich tone to his voice, to whiny teenagers being like, "Yeah, life's hard," you know. But it came at a time.
The country is life is hard. They're singing the same song. It's just a different way.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Did you ever get caught up too in non Disney but movie soundtracks?
Yes.
You know, I'm talking, well, of course, to me, the ultimate is Space Jam.
Yes.
I mean, there was not a false note on, well, okay, R. Kelly's a false note now.
Cancel.
Great Scott!
Canceled. The remix didn't, canceled. But I mean, I'm talking Titanic, Karate Kid, Rocky, those 80s, 90s type pump up stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, even things like The Bodyguard, like Whitney Houston. Like, no, not Whitney Houston. That was,
No, you're right.
It is
The
Whitney
Bodyguard
Houston?
with Kevin Costner.
Okay. For some, okay. For some reason, I thought I said Tina Turner. I'm just like, no, it's Whitney Houston. That song.
He's showing his old man memory. Folks.
It's true, yeah. Yeah, I jumped back to a
cut
much...
that out. He's gonna forget, so don't worry. That ringing in his ear is happening right now.